Pitching to a panel of millionaires on national television usually ends in one of two ways. You either get ripped apart, or you walk away with a massive valuation. For the streetwear brand Bonkers Corner, it was the latter. The founder stepped onto the Shark Tank India stage and methodically dismantled every objection. Miss how this actually started. How does a clothing brand go from absolute zero to commanding that kind of respect on television? There was no elite business degree here, no massive seed capital. This is a look at the mechanics of building a retail empire entirely from the ground up. The reality of the founder's early days was far less glamorous. He was an ex-sadharan larka, an ordinary boy. He lacked a family business pedigree to lean on and had no prestigious alumni network to tap into. His very first attempt at running a business completely collapsed. Every rupee of his initial capital was wiped out. He was left with empty pockets and shattered confidence. Quitting would have been the logical next step, but he simply refused to stop trying. That total collapse acted as a crucial filter. When you lose everything, your ego vanishes. You stop trying to force generic ideas onto the market and start looking for an actual, unsolved problem. At the time, the affordable fashion supply in India was highly lopsided. If you walked through local markets, the racks were densely packed with standard, traditional ethnic wear. But the younger demographic wanted something entirely different. Gen Z consumers were consuming global internet culture and wanted international-style streetwear. The problem was that the existing options were either bland or priced way out of reach. They were searching for a specific look: oversized fits, heavy graphics, and a bold, rebellious aesthetic. The founder saw this void and built Bonkers Corner specifically to fill it. He designed a product line that matched the internet culture Gen Z was already obsessed with. Identifying a cultural vacuum ensures the product doesn't just sit on a shelf, it connects with a community that was already looking for it. When the emotional demand of a demographic exceeds the supply of affordable products, product-market fit is much easier to achieve. Having the right product is only half the battle. Without venture capital for expensive billboard campaigns or television spots, he needed a growth engine that cost next to nothing. The scaling strategy combined Instagram marketing, content that felt genuinely relatable, and strictly affordable pricing. The relatable content was the critical mechanism. By using the memes, slang, and visual language his audience was already using with their friends, the brand felt like an insider, generating loyalty instead of one-off purchases. This strategy compounded quickly. College students and micro-influencers started wearing the clothes in their own posts. They became an unpaid distribution network, putting the brand in front of thousands of new eyes daily. If you can replace expensive advertising budgets with deep cultural relevance, your own customers effectively become a self-sustaining marketing machine. That organic growth materialized into physical scale. Today, the brand commands massive online follower counts, operates out of packed warehouses, and ships thousands of orders across the entire country. This undeniable grassroots explosion is exactly what secured his invitation to pitch on Shark Tank India. Standing under those studio lights, he laid out his exact numbers. He detailed the journey from financial failure to nationwide retail dominance, leaving the panel of veteran investors stunned. Viral marketing is a tool for revenue, not vanity metrics. When executed correctly, it generates the raw market traction that traditional, skeptical investors are forced to respect. The rise of Bonkers Corner offers a clear lesson about how modern commerce actually works. This chart reflects the evolving retail landscape. Formal degrees and heavy seed funding are no longer the only entries to the market. Digital community building now provides a viable alternative for growth. To build a successful brand now, you must identify what young consumers want, master the way they communicate online, and maintain the resilience to keep building even after your first attempts crash. The tools to scale are in your pocket. Drop the excuses about what you lack and start building with the resources you have. The modern economy is wired to reward the scrappy and the observant over the heavily funded. Every early failure you encounter is simply the tuition you pay to finally see the market clearly.